Good afternoon, folks. Are you enjoying your nicely hot summer that just began? What we're going to do is we're going to make some vegetarian um, baked beans. I use dry Great Northern beans. I use about 12 tablespoons of somewhere of the honey that's around in your area, because not only will it help with the taste, it'll actually help with your allergies. To get a properly smoked and spicy flavor like you would with regular baked beans with salt and sugar, use your local honey. It's way better for you. I also use some of this stuff, Badita smoked paprika. This stuff smells like those barbecue potato chips you find in the store. Don't matter what brand it is, it all smells and probably tastes like this with some sweetener in it. And then I use some of my spice. I use some of my taco chili seasoning I make here at the house. I grind everything up here. It's all here made here at the house. Uh, Another part, if you're on a low sodium diet, because this is low sodium cooking channel, you can pick up some of this Cavendish seasoning. You can put it on anything and everything, even French fries. Oh man, if you love fried chicken, you'll love baked chicken with some of this all over it. And I mean, in between the skin, on the outside of the skin, it is the bomb. Now, for the beans, since I'm on a low sodium diet, pick you up some of this. It's got some of the same stuff as the Cavender's has the potassium. Let me see where we are. The potassium chloride that's in this, it's a little bit different than the no salt. The no salt will actually give you the salt flavor without the side effects. On the honey, I use this from Mountain Burger, Arkansas. Boykin Aperies. That's about $12 to $13 a jar. Tax included on it's probably about $14. Use about 12 of these, and then you use your smoked paprika. I just do it to taste. It's a dying art of actually being able to know how to cook. And the finished product should look as rich and deep. Get my light down here. It should look as deep as rich as this. I also used in this recipe, if you ever get to the store and they are running low or running out of your favorite, in my case, what the hell's all this shit doing over here? Schmucks. This is what I use for this company right here makes some pretty good stuff. It's usually about $3 to $4 cheaper than your Always Save Best Choice stuff. At a better, it's only 9.5. I'm not going to pay an extra $4 for an extra 5 ounces, because this is the garlic powder I use for a backup. Notice it says 11 ounces. This stuff is about $6. This right here, which is at 10.5 ounces, it is Badita. It is at less than $4. And I can find it a lot more than I can that other stuff. But I use a little bit of that. I use a little of this to get the flavoring down. But if you can't find your favorite onion powder, just get you some of this stuff. It's same. It'll work. It's dehydrated onion. It's all the same. It's just different labeling. I'm not a label whore. I use what works. And nowadays, you better be working on the fly to get to get what you need. Because around my store, we're seeing almost an entire shelf of stuff gone, disappeared. Like, let's see. I couldn't find this. It was all gone. I mean, every ounce of it gone. Okay, reason why I picked this up, I was picking up my stuff to make my taco chili seasoning, which I use paprika. I usually use whatever run-of-the-mill paprika I can, find that's not outrageously expensive, which is usually the 88-cent ones, or they used to have this at my store. They don't have it no more. The closest thing I can find on occasion, as far as paprika goes, and this is pretty cheap. This is like $4 and some change. Right now, it's filled up with smoked paprika though, because when I got to the store the other day on the 12th, all I could find was this for $2.75 each. It's only 3.75. I can get I used to be able to get 4 ounce. I used to be able to get about a 4 ounce, or right around this, for less than $2. Matter of fact, sometimes it was 88 cents. I could get it. I'd get 2 of them for 88 cents, and that was $2 and some change. Would outweigh this, but this has got a smell on it. Like I said, it smells just like Southern style barbecue potato chips. And it sadly enough, it doesn't taste like that, but it damn sure smells good. It will definitely, as long as you can add as much in as you need, you will definitely get the smokiness. But the honey, when you add that 12 tablespoons of honey, man, you can't get no better than honey. Hey, if nature made it, it's what's best for man. Because, wow, imagine that. Scammers. Don't you hate them? But yeah, I usually make this. These beans usually sit inside of a container with water and the spices already in them, mixed in, except for the honey. The honey and the Cavenders, that usually goes in at the end. But the beans, they usually cook on medium or low, depending on how hot it is outside. Usually cook for about 3 to 4 hours. If I really want thick juice, you'll go in here and you'll bust open about 1/3 of your beans, so you can have a good body. Get your little sample. Okay, you see this? You want this and a little bit more. I'm used to eating pork and beans like a grown Southern man should be eating. But since I've been placed on a low sodium diet, I can't really have that anymore. At this point, anyway. So I got creative in the kitchen. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't, depending on my health reasons. But I usually, since we're having a lot of issues with spices being on the shelf and stuff, I usually grab about 2 or 3 each that I can grab a hold of. So I can get, like this right here. This all-purpose Cavender's Greek seasoning was $2.75, plus a 10% after the taxes and all, and then you got add your tax to it. I bought about 4 of these because this stuff, I put this shit on everything. It is that good, I kid you not. Chicken, pork, beef, turkey. I mean, any kind of protein. Stick that on it, and if you're doing chicken legs or anything kind of chicken, get it up underneath the skin. Okay. And then you'll need a cast iron skillet if you're doing the chicken, because it'll give it that crisp texture on the skin. If you was eating fried chicken, because I got to eat a couple of legs before the sodium kicked in. And I gotta tell you, it was delicious. I put it up there with Dano's. If you know what Dano's is, it's low sodium. It's about 50 milligrams of sea salt. Sea salt will still do the same thing as table salt. Iodine salt. It still does the same thing. It's not supposed to raise your blood pressure, but I'm not worried about blood pressure. I'm worried about the side effects of having salt in my system, because it will be a mother. Yeah, that's what I usually do for that. What else? For dessert, if you want some ice cream, get you some of these. Put them in your blender. You can use it with or without water. I'm going to try some of that Spindrift here in a little while. Not today, but when I get around to getting it. And this is how I keep my fridge stocked with. If I'm down to like 4 of these stir fries. Also, when if you're on a low sodium diet and you can't find your favorite shit. Yeah, if you can't find your favorite shit, always have a backup. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is asparagus stir fry. Vegetables are your friend, they're not your enemy. One thing is your enemy is salt and sugar. They both act as antagonists to the protozoa bacteria that's in your body that helps break down certain things. But when you have an overgrowth of protozoa bacteria, it's not a good thing. And this is what I usually cook with. If I'm cooking my fish, if I'm cooking taco stir fry, I'm using this as a generic. Now this asparagus stir fry will work because it's only got 20 milligrams of sodium in it, whereas the other one, which is the vegetable stir fry, it only has 15 milligrams in there, and that's based on a percentage size of 4. So I'm eating 2 servings each time, so that's roughly 60 milligrams. That's not a whole lot. It's when you get up to 120 to 200, that's when you start to really notice the effects on your body. As far as oils go, if you're cooking with fish or you're cooking on cast iron, go with extra virgin. This stuff is about $10 a bottle now. And it's worth every penny of it because it is dang good on certain things. If you mix your own spices, I usually buy, when I'm pickling some pickles here at the house for myself, I usually get the big jug of the apple cider vinegar. Yeah, I use apple cider vinegar instead of the white. I like the taste, the twang of the apple cider vinegar over the white vinegar. But you can reuse this jug. At the bottom, if it's got a 2 or a 6, it is reusable. Just clean it out, air it out, for for a day or two. I use this, and I use another top off of a bottle as a funnel, and I can put, if this does not come out all together the same color and the same taste, I can blend them together just by shaking it, and get a retrograde of what I usually eat. I usually use cumin,